Alrighty, guys, you'll have to let me know if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me tonight? I threw all of this together very, very last minute, and we'll talk about that. Okay, let me go to the top. Hey, Harmony. Hey, Dana. Hey, Anika. I still don't know if I pronounced that right. If I don't, please correct me. Hey, Beauty Demon. Hey, Lulu. Hey, Gina Marie. Hey, Mila. Hey, Jamal. Hey, Liz. Hey, Rain. Hey, Hillbilly. Hey, Cat Mom. Hey, Anna. Hey, Melly Lynn. Hey, Heather. Hey, Solo. There is a lot more people here than I anticipated. Hi, guys. Hi, Teresa. Hey, Jenny Mom. Hey, Ampatone. Hey, Cat Mom. Susie Q. April. Cynthia. Angela. BBs. Hi. How are you guys? I want to ease into this and let my frustration calm down before we get into anything. There is a couple of things I want to kind of talk about before we get into everything. And then I'm just going to go on into it. Is it still sounding odd? Okay, hang on. Let me see if I plug this in. Last time I tried to use this audio, it didn't quite work. So let me try it again. Sorry for getting in you guys' face. Okay, is this better? Is the sound better for you guys? I think last time I plugged this actually into the computer. I'm going to try my best not to disconnect you guys. Sorry for anybody watching this in the replay that has to deal with these technological issues here. Okay, let me know. Is this better? Okay, so the sound is better. We're just going to have to ignore the fact that I'm holding this. When I get frustrated, you guys have seen it a couple of times that I talk with my hands a lot, so I'm going to try to not do that. I appreciate everybody for being here. You guys are awesome. This was very last minute. And I'm going to get one thing out of the way and then move on. Thank you so much, Jeannie Dog Mom. I will definitely get my dogs a treat with that. You are so very sweet. I appreciate that so much. My eyeliner's all over the place on my face. It is what it is. This is what happens when I do this last minute, and it's also from me touching it. I have sensitive skin. If I touch my chest or my neck, it'll turn red. So, first thing I want to say here, guys, is thank you all for being here. I understand throughout this live stream, I may upset a couple of people. I may end up stabbing myself in the foot in the long run, and I'm sorry. I'm just going to be real with you guys. And, you know, we started to talk about it last night, but with my family being here and them coming in, I couldn't continue the stream. We were going to talk about the issues going on in our little community here, and I still want to talk about that, and that is going to be a part of tonight's live stream. However, it was sent to me. I was actually not going to go live tonight. I was going to push that off until tomorrow because my family just left today, and I was trying to relax and kind of unwind after having a pretty busy last couple of weeks, and I was sent a couple of clips from Katie's live stream. I have not been on any social media today. I think I scrolled through Twitter maybe once or twice. I don't believe I engaged with anybody or anything. I saw some things about somebody being upset, but I didn't know what it was about. And quite frankly, I wasn't interested in caring tonight. However, when the few things got sent to me, I'm mad. I'm really, 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 really frustrated at some of the things that Katie was saying in her live stream. And I just kind of want to talk to you guys about it. I've always been pretty upfront and honest with you guys about what I'm experiencing, my opinions of things when you guys ask me. Of course, I'm not here to just stir the pot with anybody. That's not my plan. That's not, in my opinion, what being a creator is about. But it gets to a point where we're at this spot where so much shit is going on that you have to just kind of address it and move on. So with all of that being said, I'm going to say sorry for cursing. I know some people don't like it when I curse. If you're watching this in the replay, I can guarantee there's going to be quite a bit of it. I understand if you don't want to watch it. I also want to let you guys know that this will probably be my last live stream addressing drama like this. I have, before this live stream, decided to enable my memberships, and that is the perk that my members will get, is they will get any live streams like this where I just am going to pop off, or just connecting live streams. I'm still going to keep my open discussion live streams a public thing and do that weekly. But aside from, like, when I know a lot of people enjoy these, but with everything being the way it is in our community, I don't want to continue to feed into stuff because people may pop in who don't understand me or who don't know my position, and they just hear one thing and it upsets somebody and it ends up being this trail long issue. So my plan is for my memberships to be anytime drama or anything like that happens, or if it's a touchy subject and you guys want my opinion, I will go live with my members. So it's totally up to you guys if you want to do that. I will do members only stuff weekly to make sure that people are getting their money worth out of the membership. But I do want to let that be known to everybody that this is probably going to be my last live stream where I'm going to engage with you guys and have this kind of conversation. I know it sucks for people who can't afford it, and I will try to work with you guys about that. But I'm kind of done. I don't want to feed into this drama, and I know people who would be willing to hear my side, know me and support me, and wouldn't let it just continue to fester and be this divide in the community. You all know how much I try to support anybody who even says they have a channel. I encourage people to start their channels, which is the polar opposite of what Katie Joy was saying today. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Dottie. Thank you, Jenny Dog Mom. My memberships is called Paisley and Whiskey because those are my dogs' names. So I know I've ignored the chat. I really wanted to just get that part out. You guys know I've tried to not do the memberships as long as I could because I really don't want people to feel they have to pay to get a part of me as a creator. But I almost feel like at this point in time, when everything's the way it is, it's probably beneficial for me to do that. And I will still provide the same kind of content to everybody. The content we have talked about is still in the process of being made. I am doing the reaction video to the audio and the enhanced audio. I was able to, somebody sent me the clips of that. That is going to be recorded this week, as well as my, I'm going to react to a couple of other videos that I had that you guys had asked. Thank you, that Amber Chick, Angie Dare, Catherine with a C, Maria Rose. Thank you guys all for joining. I'm going to try to catch you guys as I am going to be going through. I don't know how this membership stuff works, to be honest. So while I'm talking about everything, if I don't address that you have joined, I'm going to try and figure out who joined. That way I can shout you guys out in a community post for everybody, probably tomorrow. So, and nobody feel pressured to do this to join the memberships or anything. Please don't feel pressured. I know right now here's the link. I see, Amber, you're trying to send it and it's not allowing you to. I just wanted to get that out there and let you guys know that that's going to be my plan for these kind of ranty live streams moving forward. So for those of you who are watching, ready to watch the shit show, this will be the last one that's public. So I don't even honestly know where to start, except for the fact that I am freaking fuming. I did not, and I know a lot of people in my live stream or in the chat knew the two individuals that this community lost recently. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I didn't know them. I didn't interact with them at all. Thank you, JJ, for joining. I didn't know them. I will mourn them because they were people of this earth, and it's sad to know anybody has left. I don't know the circumstances other than what Katie said in her live stream, and I don't know if that's true. Thank you for joining, Smiley Mama. I don't know if that's the circumstances. Even if it is, I don't think it's really appropriate for Katie to have been the one to say it to everybody, because she herself admitted she didn't know this creator. And what I find, it sucks to lose somebody. Even though I didn't know him, I am emotional because it just sucks. Like, it sucks as people. Especially when I do know that both of these individuals were large parts of the community and like just wanting people to be aware of behaviors, not even just about Katie, but other people, and were super supportive of everybody. For her to start off her live stream like that really bothered me. And I didn't even know how the live stream started. I just got clips of other parts, which we're going to talk about. But for her to start it off that way and then start to damn so many people, like, honestly, what is wrong with you? Like, I'm not going to hold back, guys. Like, what the fuck is wrong with her? Do you really think in your mind that it is appropriate as a grown-ass fucking woman to sit on your large platform and tell people, oh yeah, we lost this guy and it's the same shit that I'm dealing with, and then start to berate and talk crap about these smaller creators and these people and try and make it like they're out to get you? I mean, the audacity of an individual to be that disaligned with reality is really scary. If she wanted to get on her platform and address all of her haters or whatever it is, don't try and let it be the excuse you're calling these people out because they lost somebody in their community. Like, anybody who may have had a shred of respect for her, I don't know how they possibly could at this point. In my personal opinion, I don't know if you had any kind of respect for her, how her trying to insert herself in how people are feeling in their grief and their mourn, to say, oh, I didn't know him, but he did it because of what I'm going through. So I am going to take the opportunity here to call out everybody I think has done me wrong and say that they've done me wrong and put them on blast. When at the very beginning you're trying, thank you, Hannah, for joining. When at the very beginning you're trying to do what then? Why at the beginning did you even mention this? If it wasn't, to me, it's almost disgraceful to that person to have all of this drama aligned with when you're trying to respect him. I don't understand. I didn't get that. I really didn't. For some reason, it's not letting me approve you guys' messages tonight. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm not trying to silence anybody. Each time I'm clicking show Teresa on your message, it's saying I have an error. So I apologize. It's not letting me approve it. It is gross. I agree. I don't understand it. And then for her to sit there and call out all of these people and try and I really honestly don't know what her goal is here. What does she think continually calling out these haters and these trolls and whatever other fucking word she wants to associate in a negative way to people? Like, why does she feel she wants to say, poor me, I've been treated poorly, these people do this and that and the other to me, but it's it's her, but she doesn't realize and be able, thank you, Lori, she can't look into the mirror and see that what she is doing with a platform like 10 times the size of any of ours is doing, calling these people out by name. She called out people's Twitter, she called out people's YouTube, which, I mean, as a creator, I've said before, you're opening yourself up for fire. You really are. It sucks. But the thing is the hypocrisy in what she is doing is like, do you not understand that you are doing exactly what you're trying to damn these other individuals for doing? Honestly, is she unable to make that correlation? She's live now having a go at one of her members for asking questions. Why do people like I understand the hypocrisy because I put my memberships on tonight, but like why I would never treat you guys and I never will treat you guys bad. And if I ever do, absolutely fucking correct me. And if I give you an attitude, please air it out. I'm asking you, if I treat you poorly, if you are a paying member on this channel and I offend you in a way that was definitely offensive, or I hurt your feelings and you address it with me and I don't apologize, please air it out. Please put it on Twitter, put it on Instagram. Hold me fucking accountable. Because if you are willing to pay me money to hear what I have to say, you deserve my respect. I try to respect everybody, but if you're willing to send me any extra amount of money, you absolutely are higher in the food chain and I should be almost bowing down to you, in my opinion. I don't get it. I don't. And Radiant Brit is here, which is another reason why I wanted to get on this live stream, because Katie decided that it was a great idea to try and say that she has that Radiant Brit, one of my good friends, both on and off of YouTube, has done shit she's never done. She was trying to accuse Brit of her only content being on Katie. Brit has been on this platform before Katie was even an issue. She was making videos for a long time before she even knew who Katie was. So Katie's lack of research really is shining in this video. So she wanted to say that Brit has not made a fuck ton amount of videos on Without a Crystal Ball. Has she made some? Absolutely. However, the videos that Brit has made, in my opinion, and yes, I'm fucking biased, you guys can let me know your opinion, but in my opinion, the videos she has made have been transformative. They have been educational. They have been calling out her behavior and saying, hey, how about you do it this way? How about you stop doing this because this is why you're in shit. How about you try to do it this way? Maybe you won't get as much backlash. Or trying to help educate her on the collab video Brit and I did about like her makeup. Like, hey, instead of doing your makeup this way, how about you try it this way? I don't see where she can try to say that Brit's videos have been harassing or hateful of her at all. I've never seen Brit say anything other than calling her a mean girl, which, good Lord, I think a lot of people have the opinion that Katie is a mean girl. So, I mean, I just couldn't, I couldn't help but get frustrated about that. She also wanted to align people with Brit with creators who very clearly we do not get along with is even more of insult to injury. Do not compare Radiant Brit to BXB's Boy, because you said in your video in this live stream that you may still be on that he made 50 some videos, and I think that was somebody commented how many videos he had. Why does that matter? Like, why is she making it a point of how many videos somebody makes is the issue here? Like, she was just using whatever she could to call people out. I don't understand why she wanted to. I think it's because she recently talked about Brit and finally acknowledged the fact that she knew Brit existed, which she's known. Let's be honest. She is known. So I don't know if this was her opportunity to say, hey, let me just call everybody out, because that's what I think is appropriate. I'm going to take a drink and read some of you guys' comments. Yeah, Brit said she made like 27 videos since July. It's just, I don't see why, like, when it suits her narrative, it's okay to try. She wants to, like, in this live stream, what I was taking was, she was saying, all these people, 23 videos, all these people, all these smaller creators are coming up on my name. So they're bad people because they're spewing lies and they're being hateful, which in all honesty, do some of the creators in this community do their videos in a way that I don't appreciate? Yeah, they do. But I do not personally think Brit is one. I'm not even, some of the videos and live streams I've done, I think have at times been a little bit over the top when I've talked about Katie. That's just me being fully transparent. But I don't think mine rise to the level of what other creators do. And I don't think it's fair to loop everybody together and to try and say that they're doing it wrong or that they're being mean when she is in turn doing the same thing with her Duggar content and her Sister Wives content. Because most of us that I have seen who talk about Katie, and the ones that like I hold in high regard, they talk about Katie and they want to start a conversation. It's not so much to provide hate or be nasty to her. There are channels that I have not said I don't agree with or that I don't support or that I no longer support because they have engaged in that kind of behavior. That is why I have backed down from talking about people within this community, because I haven't been on fully supportive of how they've continued their content. And that's fine. I don't have to come out here every time I decide to stop supporting a fellow creator with my currency, my view time, and tell you guys, hey, I stopped watching this creator. Unless it's a big deal, I don't feel like it's really necessary. At times, do I think it becomes, thank you, Jen, for joining. At times, do I think it does become necessary where you may have to address stuff with the community because you have a falling out? At times, yes, you may have to. Do I think in recent times, everything that has transpired in the last few months needed to get to the way it has within this community? No, I don't. I don't. I think everybody has the right to give their experience and let the viewers pick. If they have to pick a side, let them decide on their own and move on. And the same thing when people talk about Katie, like, let us say our opinion, provide it how we want to provide it because it's our channels, our content at the end of the day, and move on from it. I'm not sitting here telling you you need to stop watching X, Y, and Z creator because I had a falling out with them. I've had a public falling out with a fellow creator. And I specifically remember, even though I haven't watched that video back, saying, this is my experience. You do what you want with this information. If you want to continue to support that person, fine, do it. I don't care. I'm not here to try and make you guys decide to not support someone else or to not watch someone else. And honestly, I don't think it helps to even make those kind of comments at the end of the day. I really don't. If anything, I think it insinuates people to go and watch that person in their content if you tell them not to, because they think you're trying to hide something. But here we have Katie trying to just air everybody out in every receipt that she's had. Why is she doing it tonight? What happened? And I know I've been absent for like the last week or so, and I'm catching up on the Detox shit. And like, my question is for you guys, like, is that why she is taking advantage? Is she seeing that this little community is like tearing itself apart? Because quite honestly, you guys, this community has been tearing themselves apart. And whether we as viewers and other creators have been able to make that acknowledgement or not, it has been happening. It has been, and the creators within this community have allowed it to continue to happen because it seems like people are not like they're feeding too much into their feelings with a platform, and it kind of needs to be to a point of, I said my piece, that's where I am, let's move the fuck on and coexist. You don't have to be up each other's ass. I'm sorry, but we don't have to be up each other's asses all the fucking time to be supportive of one another or to be unsupportive. That's half of the fucking problem, in my opinion. Is it seems that channels have relied on each other and have like come up together. So it's been like, oh yeah, like, and then you start to disassociate with that person for whatever reason. It doesn't even have to be about how they're covering content. It doesn't even have to be a personal thing, but you start to not want to be associated with them, and you have fucked yourself because all you have done is blow air up their ass to your community. So when you start to back away, they want to ask you questions. They want to know what happened. And people are like feeling that they have to tell their subs what's happened. When in reality, you can say, guys, I just don't support them right now. It is what it is. Let's move on. Do what you want. It doesn't have to be this long drawn out, let's bring it up 4 months later and talk about it. Like, if you wanted to talk about it, if you wanted to address it, you should have done it when you had the chance. Bringing it up later, I think, is only making all of this community more up in arms than it should be. So sorry for that little rant, but that's how I've been feeling. It's just been a mess everywhere. And like, I honestly feel like I've always kind of said, I think Katie is more calculated than people give her credit for. I really do. I think she saw this as an opportunity to go at every single person that she thought she could. Four months later was just a statement, Jen. It wasn't like an exact time frame. She's giving them more proof, Audrey said. I mean, it's just an ongoing thing. Like, I agree, Solo. Like, Katie is just so all over the place. It's 1 second, I'm fine, I'm not going to feed into all of this. And then it's like, I mean, I agree what Detox, or whatever the heck her name is, Mindy Morningstar, whatever. What she did, from what I'm seeing after the math, is disgusting. Like, there's really no other way to describe it. She was playing both sides. And like, I have my own idea on why that may be, but this poor individual has been torn apart from everybody. I think she was really just trying to fit in. And this is my honest truth. And I don't know all of the ins and outs of the drama. So if I end up putting my foot in the mouth, so freaking be it. But I've seen a couple of videos. I'm trying to get through everything. I haven't seen everything. So take this with a grain of salt. But what I am gathering is this individual was probably very lonely and wanted to be accepted in some kind of community. And she was getting love either from both or neither side, maybe one side more than the other. And she was enjoying it. And so she kept doing it. And although it's disgusting and betrayal and gross behavior, like now she has been torn apart by everybody. And I'm not saying it's not warranted. From what I've seen, it probably was. But that sucks. But Katie partook in that. But yet she wants to get on her live stream now and call out channels like Brit, who has not done anything to tear Katie down. If anything, she's tried to enlighten Katie if Katie would actually listen to her videos. But she wants to say in the same breath that they're one and the same. And she wants to call out Tina and Tina's group. And I might get in trouble for saying this, but I'm just going to be completely freaking honest with you guys. When I started in my channel and I'm going to ignore you guys so I can get through this, so I apologize. When I started my channel, most of you know, I did not start in commentary. I ended up in commentary, and the first time I talked about Katie, one of the first times, because I can't remember which video came out first, was about the BX Beast Boy stuff. And despite my personal dislike of BX, I still support that video I made, which is why it's up. What she did to him was disgusting and was totally wrong. And I was very much on the fence about Katie Joy at that time. And it's very obvious that I was saying, I'm seeing this and I'm not really kind of understanding why you're claiming these things. And I did get reached out to by Tina in DMs and said, hey, like, I have this group. If you ever need information, there's also the Reddit. If you need anything, like, it's there. Tina said, I'm not trying to convince you. Here's information if you want it. She was very polite to me. She did not try to convince me otherwise. She just said, hey, this is here. Cool. Perfect. That's it. So if Katie wants to sit here and say that this group is like kind of lynch creators, absolutely not. That was not my experience. It has never been my experience. And Dottie, are you still here? I think there's a delay. Dottie, let me know if you're here real quick. Because you're here, so I'm not gonna show anything, but I want to ask if I can discuss part of the DMs that you and I have had before. Do you mind if I talk about some of the DMs relating to this Detox stuff? I'm not going to show them, but just talking about it. Okay. Thank you for giving me permission. So I'm pretty much a bystander in all this Detox stuff, but let me go ahead and help air Dottie's name out for a minute, because I'm a total bystander in all of this. So if you don't want to listen to me, fine, that's cool. But Dottie and I have shared a couple of DMs when everything fell out with her and Red. I was a supporter of Red's channel, and I was often in the live chat because I try to support everybody if I'm aligning with their content and what they're saying. So I was often in the live chats. I didn't stay most of the time, but I would come in and say hi, and then I'd leave. And so when everything happened with their falling out, I reached out to Dottie and I said, hey, are you okay? I don't know what's going on, but are you okay? I've seen some things. I'm not sure. And I'm not trying to dredge things up. I'm getting to the point. This is just to say why Dottie and I were DMing. we've had a couple of conversations here and there. And then there were some clips going on Twitter of something that happened on Red's stream, which I didn't know because I have stopped going in the streams. And I asked Dottie if she was okay and, you know, what was going on. And this Detox person was brought up because I was seeing Detox being in these tweets saying that they encouraged Little Red to keep up a clip. And I was just asking because I didn't know. And she said, well, all Dottie told me was that it is a KJP mod. And I said, oh, well, that's interesting. Who? Dottie didn't tell me. I did ask. I could have cared less. Dottie never once told me who Detox was. So for all these people who are trying to twist the narrative or trying to, if anybody is still trying to say that Dottie's out here, the one telling everybody who Detox's identity was, I can attest from the conversation I had with Dottie, she didn't tell me. She could have. And I wouldn't have told anybody in the time frame. And I'm not showing screenshots, so you can believe me or not. But she didn't tell me. All she said was that she was a KJP mom. And I was like, okay. I mean, I could have cared less, to be honest. Like, what does it matter to me? I wasn't watching the live streams. I didn't know what was being said. But if you were on the fence to know if Dottie was telling the truth or not, from my experience with Dottie, she's always been honest and she's never betrayed anybody. There's been other times I've asked her questions about situations that I was seeing, and she would be very polite to say, I'm not comfortable about telling you, which is fine. I was never offended. I asked, she told me no, and I was like, okay, we're still on great speaking terms. I haven't been in anybody's live lately because I just haven't had the opportunity. But I mean, it's frustrating when you have everybody in such a small community coming at each other, and then we're getting even further torn apart because it's like honesty is so hard to find. Yeah, Jay, I don't blame you. I've thought about deleting my Twitter. I really don't even use my Twitter that often, to be quite honest with you guys. The only times I really get on Twitter is because I DM some people on Twitter. See, and Dottie says she's had the same conversation with other people. I mean, it sucks. Like, in a way, I feel bad, but it's like, why it's just the hypocrisy that gets to me, because to me, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but to me, hypocrisy is like very close to lying, because you're saying one thing and you're doing a totally different, or you're damning one person for something, but you're doing the same behavior. It's very close to me as far as like lying, and it bothers me that people are like that. Twitter is meant for business networking. Interesting. I don't think I knew that. Yeah, what would you do without KJ? Princess Talk a Lot? I'm not sure what you're referring to. I don't know if there's a conversation going on that I don't know about, but I have plenty of content that's not related around Katie. So I would be totally fine if Katie wasn't a part of my content. Yeah, I agree, Jamal, that people are trying to cover it up versus taking accountability. I get taking accountability can be hard or scary, or you're afraid that it's going to affect how your community sees you. If anything, you may lose a few people for taking accountability and owning some terrible behavior or some crappy things you may have said, but you're also willing, like, putting yourself in the position to gain the same amount, if not more, because they see your authenticness and your ability to be a real person and grow from it. You can't grow from a mistake or a mishap unless you're willing to take accountability for that behavior. You agree hypocrisy, being two-faced is lying? Yeah, I kind of feel the same way, to be honest. Yeah, Jay, I know my makeup's smudged. It is what it is. Trust is earned, not bought. Absolutely. KJ was saying how much she improved in her live. I didn't watch the full live. I only saw parts, and I was not a fan, which is within my right to not be supportive or agreeing to what she says. I don't understand if she realizes like the serious, like she wants to say in this, well, I do a video all about whiskey and whiskey. I will eventually. It's been on my videos to do, so you will get one, I promise. Hey, Crystal. Hey, it's just chat. Yeah, you'd rather tell your truth because no one can take it away from you. And I mean, it's just, it's unfortunate that everything keeps like coming to. Is that better? Does the sound better? Sorry. Your issue is, from what you saw, the lives were both full of lies and omissions. Then, when the victims of the lies were being forced to defend themselves, the antagonizing. Yeah, I've seen that happen a lot as well, Jamal. The X mod, is it true? Yeah. I mean, at this point, everyone knew Detox was a mod. I didn't know. It's okay, Jay. I know a lot of people are saying everybody knew. I think people who are like deep rooted in the community of, I don't know, keeping receipts on Katie, or I don't know what to refer. I don't want to call him anti-Katie because I don't feel like that's an appropriate term. I will be honest and say it's kind of concerning to me at times the links people will go to like catch Katie in a lie or stuff. Like at times when Katie has, and I don't know if it's the people she claims it is, but she, I don't know why my sound is going in. Maybe it's because I. Is that better? You're roboting. Let me know if that's better. Thank you, Teresa. Okay, it is better. I think it's because I had my phone over by it. I forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, I'm sure. I figured a lot of this live stream would be me going off, but you'd find it coincidental how Detox came to light at this time. I've seen a lot of speculation as far as people trying to speculate whether or not it was like Detox was in with either Katie or the like Little Red or whoever else. And I really don't feel that that's like, personally, I don't get that kind of vibe. I really get the vibe that Detox was playing, like, she felt she was a part of the KJ community and she wanted to be included in that community, but she also was curious. So she started talking to Little Red and the people in the community who give criticisms to Katie. And I think she was maybe on the fence with Katie herself. And she felt that she wanted to be a part of both communities and she played both communities. Honestly, that's how I feel. Hey, Sloan, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Yeah, that's been my, and again, I haven't watched everything, so that opinion may change. But honestly, I feel like this individual, like what impression I'm getting, which probably isn't totally accurate because I don't know everything. I've been offline quite a bit, but I really feel like she's just probably a lonely individual, and I don't know her personally or anything. And I know she's been in my chats before and stuff like that, but I think she maybe was just lonely and trying to be included and felt in being a part of something, and she wanted to know what was going on with everybody else talking about them. I don't think she was sent here by Katie. I really don't. Like, that's my personal opinion. I don't feel like she was. Do you think Red's made herself an easy target to be suckered by trolls? I don't know. Like, because there have been people, myself included, hey Kiki, to like kind of warn Red to be careful of who she's willing to tell information to and who she's willing to allow into her inner circle. And I think Red's just stubborn, to be honest, and I think she's going to do what she wants to do, which as a creator is within her right. She can do whatever she wants. So do what you want with that. She's like a scared cat hissing at all of us. Yeah, you're talking about KJ right now, or I think she saw an opportunity, Katie. I think Katie saw an opportunity with the community. Anybody who talks about Katie kind of got wrapped into this, oh, you're all band together type thing, which is kind of laughable, to be honest, because although I have had some interactions with some people she mentioned, I don't even know how to work the Reddit. That's an ongoing like joke, I feel like, between me and my subscribers, is whenever I say, hey, do you know where I can find this? They're like, oh, check the Reddit. And I don't know how to work the Reddit. And I'm not a part of any other Facebook group. I'm not a part of any group at all. I only have a personal Facebook. That is it. So it's ironic that she wanted to kind of say everybody who's ever provided her criticism are all involved with one another, when no, we're not. A lot of the people, she said within the same breath, don't get along. And a couple of us haven't been getting along for a while. I know I wasn't mentioned, but she mentioned several people in the community who have recently said they haven't talked to other people in the community. So Katie's trying to like say that we're all pushing a narrative when she's doing this video. She is very clearly pushing a narrative she wants to push to her audience who may not know, and say, hey, they're all band together. They're all doing these YouTube channels. All their content is only about me. They're riding on my coattails about me. And what I found interesting in one of Katie's videos, where she was I think it was maybe her first or second one, where she talked about Detox and all of that. And she was saying how Detox admitted that she made a lot of money off of Katie. I don't know where Detox channel is, like as far as subscribers and stuff. But let me tell you, I don't make like hardly any money off of YouTube. I have put in so much more money than what I've gotten out of it, which is fine. But like Katie was trying to make it seem like this person had made a ton of money, and I just don't really find that that could be possible unless people were super chatting her like quite a bit of money constantly. I don't feel that way. Like that's not been my experience, and I've made a couple of Katie videos and some have done really well, I'm not going to lie, but it's not like I'm rolling in the dough and like I'm making a lot of money off of Katie's name. I'm not. I'm really not. And I don't like that people push that narrative, or any creator, not just Katie, where they try to say that because somebody talked about them and they became monetized, that they're the reason. It's YouTube. Made over 40 videos in 4 weeks. That's a lot of videos. That's a lot of videos to make. But I mean, she clearly had the time. It's I'm not saying she didn't make any money. She very well could have. I just don't think the way that it was being portrayed that she made a ton of money that she would have. She had 1,023 1.23 subs. I mean, I know there's weird rules about YouTube and like disclosing how much you make and stuff, but I've not broke 200, not come close to it in what I earn since I've been monetized. So if that's a lot of money to Katie, then yeah, maybe she was making that. But I mean, that's just being honest and transparent with you guys. This eye is bothering me that it's so. Someone made a video saying she made 1 to 200. Yeah, I mean, I have, not that it's a competition or anything, but I have not made that much money, which is fine. Like, don't take that as me trying to complain about it. You guys know I don't mind. It just goes back into the channel, or really it's just helping me continue to upgrade my equipment. You saw where she was blasting Emily Baker for writing her coattails, which is so freaking hilarious because, again, Emily has had a channel prior to Katie. Did Katie content help her channel grow? Yes. But what she doesn't realize is that video that kind of helped Emily D. Baker get out into the algorithm wasn't just because of Without a Crystal Ball. We also are talking about Tati Westbrook. Whether you like her or not, she has what, 9 million subscribers or something like that? Did it ever cross Katie's mind that people liked what Emily was saying who were supporters of Tati, or maybe even people who didn't like Tati? I mean, it's not all about her. It's definitely not all about her. 9 million subs that may be interested in her and not Katie. Absolutely. And I know Katie made a comment about she had warned everybody that who was in Emily's chats and who was feeding Emily information were all of these trolls. Or so I hate that she just calls everybody a troll. It's like if you have an opposing opinion of Katie, you're a hater or you're a troll. And I don't know if it's me maybe taking offense to it because I've provided Katie criticism, and this is me just being honest. Like, I don't know if it's like a personal thing that I feel like maybe I'm being called a hater or a troll, but I'm not. Like, I've never really provided actual hate to Katie, and I don't think I'm a troll, but anybody who provides criticism, she just lumps into this large category, and it's kind of frustrating. Kanye West music is what helped her channel. You've said people are talking about the lawsuit, not Katie. I mean, some people are, and some people are, you know, utilizing this to talk about Katie. And I've not lied about that. Like, it's very evident. Anybody who does content on Without a Crystal Ball or Katie and her antics, even if you do other content, those videos are typically performing better because her name is in the algorithm. And quite honestly, like, her name is probably in the algorithm because of the lawsuit with Dottie. It's not just so much that Katie's a part of the algorithm. To be totally honest, her name has been in the algorithm for a while. Yeah, Emily ignores her and it makes it super frustrated. Yeah. Hey, Zoe. You never knew who Dottie was until Emily in the lawsuit. I mean, some people maybe don't know who Dottie is. If you're not a part of the beauty community or you haven't been on YouTube for a long period of time, you're likely to not know who Dottie was. Absolutely, Mary Kate. Emily is so much more accomplished in literally everything. Oops, let me go back. Just jumped. It's laughable to think it's Katie. She did a TED Talk. She had a huge badass job. She is more than a lot of people ever are. Jeez. I mean, Emily is definitely well versed on her own accord, and I don't think her YouTube is like her end all be all, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think she came to YouTube like wanting to make it anything other than a place for her to have a hobby, is the impression I get. And I don't know if that's true or not. That's just the impression I have gotten. It would be different if people were talking, making videos because she was someone great, but the channels are talking about, yeah. And I mean, some channels are talking about Katie, and probably I even have said some things that are a little over the line and probably hurtful at times. But, you know, as long, in my opinion, as long as people who are creating content, they can do whatever they want. The ones that I am going to watch are the ones who are providing criticism, who are really trying to not just say Katie's a crappy person because they think she's a crappy person. Just be able to express why and what brings you to that conclusion. Yeah, Tassie, you're correct. Not Katie, Emily covers a variety of topics. You started watching Emily because of the way she explains lawyer jargon. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that. I didn't know what. Yeah, and even if she didn't have a husband who probably that job, I'm sure, is lucrative. I mean, her own work that she has done pay fairly well. Being an attorney, not always are they the best paying jobs, but being a district attorney, like, she was definitely getting paid a decent amount. It all depends on where you're working at and like where you're at, as far as like if you're hired for the county or the state or whatever. But attorneys are paid pretty well, like a good livable income. So, and Emily seems like a very responsible individual. I don't think she would like stop working full time if she hadn't set herself up to do so financially. So I think because Katie puts herself in this situation that she has, YouTube is her only income, that she assumes anybody who has a large platform or has anybody listening to them is, or getting paid in any way by YouTube, is doing the same thing. And quite honestly, that's not the case. There's a lot of YouTubers who work full time, even though they may have a decent following or they may be making a good amount of money off of YouTube. Not everybody wants to work from home all the time. So I think it's just maybe Katie projecting herself and her own situation. And I'm not trying to say that she's struggling financially. I don't know. Honestly, it's none of my business. But I think she projects because YouTube is her sole income, that she assumes anybody who has a good following, it is their sole income. So she tries to manipulate and talk to her audience in a way that if somebody's not going to go check for themselves, they may just believe that. And then that's when they start to agree with her that, oh yeah, they're just out to get Katie and they're riding her coattails because they're assuming what Katie is saying is accurate, or that what Katie is putting out there is what actually is. And oftentimes I've noticed Katie doesn't even fully articulate things, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I think she does it on purpose. I don't think she fully finishes her thoughts to leave doubt, to leave speculation, because if you leave speculation for your viewers in a certain spot, it can cause further turmoil. And I kind of think Katie does that on purpose. That's just my personal opinion. Emily is a badass. I agree. I appreciate her in how she breaks down lawsuits that I'm interested in, or situations that I'm interested in, even ones that aren't related around, this whole Katie Joy situation. You think it makes her look foolish that she's saying she's riding her coattails? Yeah, Candace says simply Nailogical has 7 million in a successful brand and still works her day job. Sue, I totally understand. I appreciate you being here. Oh, I'm sorry you're getting a headache, Ginny. I hope you feel better. Her own members and everything are calling her out. I just don't. Yeah, I understand people going to watch what's going on over there. I don't blame you, and I will probably try to watch the rest of it. It's very evident by what I talked about tonight, what bothered me. And I'm sure if I watch that, I will have more opinions. I don't even know. Kayla saying that Dottie is brought up again. I don't even know why Dottie is a part of all of this and why Dottie's being called out. I get because of the original video Detox did, trying to claim that Dottie did engaged in something she didn't. But Katie's always trying to push how you need to check everything before you get on. Was she not recently just on a live stream saying that all of the commentary channels needed to triple check before they talked about things to make sure that what they were talking about was accurate? Because maybe if she had done that in this situation, she is inadvertently, potentially, and I'm not saying that anybody's going to do this, but she is inadvertently sending people to harass, and I'm not meaning like, she's sending her hardcore supporters to go and seek out Dottie and say that anybody that she mentions, including Radiant Brit, like she is, her mentioning these people in these channels, BX, Dottie, Radiant Brit, Little Red, whether if I support them or not, she is sending her hardcore supporters to seek these people out and to cause discontent. We all know that as creators, that is something that's going to happen. Even if you tell your audience not to do it, which is smart to say to your audience, not to send hate to somebody just for CYA purposes. People are nasty. People are toxic. People are negative. There's always going to be that one hardcore fan or supporter who's going to hear her say these names, and they're going to go to these people's social medias and say something hurtful. And most of the time as a creator, you know who's trying to provide constructive criticism and who's just there to be an asshole. Some creators choose to delete those comments, and I support them in that. If you don't want it up there, if you don't want to see it, delete it. I typically leave them up, and sometimes I just play with them a little bit, and I will question them to make them provide their answer. I have no problem you having a conversation with me, but if you're going to come at me and say what I'm doing is wrong, I want you to explain why you think I'm wrong or why my opinion is incorrect. Especially in one of my more recent videos where I'm talking about professional experience dealing with stuff. People wanted to question what I was doing and how I was saying it. I never once said anything poor in that video. It was almost all educational. But people are going to find it who are supporters, and they're just going to try and rile feathers. That's when, as a creator, you have to make those decisions. And I hope people who get those kind of comments do learn a way that is best for you. You think I should respond to one of her lives where she is losing it? Yeah, it's just chat. It's a revolving door. It really is. The main confusing part in all of this is, which it seems like she's still on, like she's still going on and like blaming everybody else, is everybody who provides her criticism or critique is always saying, does she really not understand that what she is saying is what she needs to do herself? And I've said she's really she's not self-aware. I don't think she is self-aware. And I've said that before because she does this. Like, she is able to identify these issues or what she perceives as issues in other content creators, but she cannot self-reflect and see she is participating, if not doing worse. And a lot of the reason she is in this mess is not the amount of videos. It's not who she talked about. It is what she said. I think everybody kind of is on the same thing, that like, it doesn't appear that Katie grasps the reason she is involved in a lawsuit is because of what she said and how she said things. I'm sure Saltsy is enjoying her live tonight. Yeah, I mean, Katie has approved, and to me, at least in my opinion, she has proved time and time again that she feels comfortable calling other people out. She feels comfortable acknowledging what she believes is other people's faults. But anytime someone puts the mirror up or tries to provide her legitimate criticism, Absolutely not. Like, she's super stubborn or unwilling to identify that she has made mistakes. I've caught in a couple of lives recently where she has made the comment that she's not perfect, but she never will provide an example as to what she did that was not perfect. It's just all over the place. I mean, it's sorry, Dottie, I didn't see that message. No, Chloe, you're not blocked. I just haven't been reading the chat the whole night. You just watch. I mean, I don't know how many times we're going to go through this cycle, right? Like, we'll have a couple of days where it's seemingly calm, it's seeming that nothing is going to continue, or that she is going to finally retract and just stop engaging in everything, and then it comes back around, you know? Salty could write a book after all this. I'm sure he never sued anyone. I mean, I said last night I haven't had the opportunity to watch the breakdown that Emily did of the response, and I mean, that's still very much true. I haven't had the ability to watch the breakdown, so I don't know what their response was yet. But I mean, she is literally, from what I saw, and what you guys are saying, she's continuing on, so I'm sure there's more to it, but she wanted to call out creators who haven't done like a third of the stuff she has done. Good night, Leanne. You're gonna go watch Axel and Fetch Out. I don't blame you. I'm probably gonna hop off here in just a few minutes. BX is live right now. His title is Without a Crystal Ball is doing a live about me. I mean, she kind of is. She's mentioned him, but like I said, her name is in the algorithm, especially right now. Yeah, name edited. It is wild that KJ thinks that she's targeting her, or that anybody who has content aside from her. Yeah, she talked about Unirock in Creepshow art, which, I mean, again, like, there's been question about her where she sits with Unirock, because, you know, when everything came out about Uni's lives or whatever, about the Creepshow stuff and the doxing, she then unfollowed him, he disassociated from her, and then somebody showed where one of them had started following the other again, and there were like questions. It seemed to be like whether or not they were cool again. But what a freaking night, I know, right? But what is interesting to me is why is she throwing everyone under the bus? Like, to me, this is, I get that if you feel like you have just been done wronged by everybody and you want to just speak your truth, I'm going to put it in quotes for her, that if you want to speak your truth, why tonight? Like, why right before the new year? Why in the middle of the holidays? Why why it all seems like I don't like, it's so confusing to me. I have a hard time like just saying what I'm thinking because it's just so all over the place because I don't know. I just don't know. If creators would go a week without talking about her, she would become unhinged that no one was talking about her. Potentially. I mean, there's definitely, it would be interesting if that would happen. Unfortunately, with her continuing to, and that's why I say I think sometimes her behaviors are calculated because she wants to, in my opinion, like she wants to stay relevant. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. She wants to stay relevant because the more people talk about her, the more people that will go watch her channel, whether or not they subscribe to her is whatever. But you do notice all of these kind of problematic things that she's been saying and doing, she's been doing on her second channel, her smaller channel, in hopes that it will continue to gain traction, in hopes that she will continue to have people go to that channel and subscribe to that channel and to buy her memberships. And one of her comments tonight was, she is the only one with a business attorney. She's the only one who treats this as a business, which she does. And I've said that before, like, I don't, if she treated her memberships and stuff like that well, she followed through with everything like she says she would, I don't think, I think some of my criticisms about her memberships and stuff would not be an issue, but she treats everybody poorly. But as far as like her business style, like right now, when people want to give their opinion, when people want to call her out for calling out maybe their favorite creator, she knows that they're going to pay that membership fee, even if it's just for the 1 month, to be able to leave that comment. She knows that. She never takes time off. I know, Dottie, like everybody needs time off at some point. Just to recharge. And like, let's be honest with ourselves and with this whole situation. Like the internet, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, it can all be extremely toxic. And for Katie Joy, I bet it is extremely hard to be involved in any kind of social media because no, Liz, they've all left today because there is so much, people are providing their opinions on her. And, you know, I do believe at times she watches those. I do believe that because we're people, we're curious. We want to know what other people think of us. Whether if it's because you're seeking acceptance from people or because you're wanting to know what their opinion is to maybe change something and cause growth within yourself. There was a period of time where I would not click on anything, not that there's very many, but I wouldn't click on a video that had my name in it because I was so defensive of myself. It was when I was new and I went through my own drama and I didn't want to hear, to be honest with you guys, I didn't want to hear what people had to say about me. I didn't want to know that people maybe didn't like me because I was so new. I was honestly, to a degree, seeking acceptance. And I wanted to be able to build a platform and keep it healthy and happy and positive. And the only way I felt to do that was to not to allow myself to hear what other people had to say. Since then, I have watched videos. There's not very many, like I said, but I've watched people's videos and I've taken some of the criticism and nobody's been overly harsh to me. And to be honest, like people have been overly harsh to Katie in their videos. I'm not going to sit here and say that there aren't videos made that are just really mean and hurtful and they are mean spirited, even though the creator says that's not their intent. It is. And I'm sure those are hard for her to deal with, but that's when she should be taking a break and like pulling herself back rather than feeding into her human emotion and feeling the need to get super defensive and super riled up. And I think that's when we have lives like tonight, where she maybe went on a rampage of watching what people were saying or seeing tweets or who knows. Something got her going tonight. And she wanted to try and use the passing of another creator to be the reason. And I don't think that's the case, to be honest with you. I think that was more her way to say, because this happened and I heard about this, I'm going to finally call out every single person I've ever wanted to call out. That's kind of the feeling that I am getting. That was interesting. Something just fell off back there. A piece of paper. Hey, Julie. You're so angry. You made a video. She's such... What happened, Julie? Ghost Beauty Demon. Apparently, in a lot of my live streams, people see orbs. So it very well could be. But she's not in Uni's Discord. But she's on Uni's Discord at 3 a.m. I mean, I've personally questioned the amount of time that she, like, I have speculated is probably a better word because I'm not in her house. I don't know for sure, but I've speculated as to the amount of time she spends online because she has talked to us before about how she films 3 or 4 videos and she edits the videos, or somebody's editing the videos. They're going up, she's tweeting, she's posting on Instagram, then she's going on Instagram lives, then she's doing live streams. I mean, for fuck's sake, guys, I haven't filmed a video in a fucking week because I can't find the time between company and my job, let alone watch any YouTube. So I'm like, how on this green earth is she able to do this while having a household? I don't understand her time management. I really don't. I don't understand how she's able to. Hey, Melanie. Why are we scaring you, Jakes? I might. I was on her live and I was trying to talk to her because she said to a member, "Are you Julie?" after they said they had another account. Then I jumped on and she acted she didn't know. Why would it matter? Like, I know, Julie, I'm pretty sure you've provided her criticism. I know you have a channel. I haven't watched any of your content, not to be hateful. I just haven't had the opportunity to. But I've supported you and I've seen you on Twitter and stuff. Why would it matter? Like, Katie wants to say at one point when I was watching her live, she was antagonizing somebody to join in and provide their criticism. So why would it matter if you were there? I don't think my house is haunted. Not in a bad way. Anyways, I've lived in a haunted house. And this one, if it is haunted, it's not in a bad way. Just subbed you in your channel. Yeah, I knew she started doing stuff. I haven't had a chance to watch any of her content. Thank you so much, Beauty Addicts Anonymous. You are so sweet. It's so sweet. You just put up a video. Okay. I mean, I knew you were talking about doing content and stuff. I'm sorry if anything. That's the stuff with Katie that I don't really understand. I think a lot of people struggle with that, is understanding her getting so, like, riled up and like getting distracted by the chat in a way that it's like she only sees negative comments or comments that she can argue. Even in, I mean, this has been an ongoing thing with Katie, because in the video that I did reacting to her makeup, one of my first reaction videos I did, there were a lot of parts that I had to clip out because it wasn't really relevant to the video. And she has always had the since then, I mean, that was like a year old, she would get distracted by the chat. And I think even in one of Brit's reaction videos, she left in, I believe, if not, I'm wrong, she left in the fact that somebody commented something. If not, I will try to find it if it's still there. Katie was on a live stream doing her makeup. This is an older one. And she got a comment. She stops doing her makeup and she just starts vigorously typing, which we can hear her typing. And then she combated the comment with what she had Googled to support whatever her opinion was against whatever the commenter had said. I don't remember what it was in relation to or anything like that, but this has been always an issue. She just gets so caught up in what her chat is saying, and it's like she pinpoints the people that she can have a debate with, and then the second the debate or the opposing opinion gets too heated, it's like her mods or something know to delete or block them or hide them, excuse me, or whatever you want to call it. It was just a rant video. I'll put it on my list of things to watch, Julie. Your house lady was creepy. Thank you so much. I appreciate anybody who is a part of our community. Brit's videos are so classy. Nothing for Katie to whine about. I don't know why she was trying to lump Brit in with, I'm not trying to be mean, but with Little Red and BX and who else? And Dottie. Dottie knows I support her, so this isn't a negative thing at all. But Dottie doesn't even do content around Katie Joy. BX, some of his content is the exact opposite of what Brit says she hates, which is making fun of Katie's appearance. Not all of his videos, but some of his videos are very much like that. And then Little Red just does live streams and has conversations with her chat. And most of the time it has to do with Katie and her behaviors, but Brit's content is, especially lately, from what I've been seeing, is it's all pre-recorded, edited, really well put together and thought out content. None of it is the same, which if she doesn't like it, that's fine, but don't call all of them haters and trolls and that they're a part of this army that's out to get you, because they're not all of, I don't know who is, but I know Brit isn't. I don't know if I don't think Red is. Just because she maybe has interacted with people on Twitter that you don't like doesn't mean that she's a part of that group. Same thing with BX or Dottie. Like, I don't see where she's drawing the line that they're trolls. Good night, Tor. Thank you for being here. Yeah, and this thing with Brit, is I've talked about doing this video and I hadn't gotten around to it, but I am hopefully going to get it filmed this week, and I'll give you guys just a little teaser, is putting together clips where Katie says she doesn't know who Brit is over the last couple of months, like clips where she has said this. However, when was that stream? I think in July, maybe. So several months ago, she was in a stream of Unirocks, ironically enough. Both Katie and her husband were in a live chat of Unirock and Kyle tearing apart Radiant Brit in Eyeshadow Island. For frankly, what they were tearing them apart for was what Katie hates people doing to her. And none of it had to do with their opinions or their critiques, because they're too moronic to give these ladies an opportunity to speak. But I have been wanting to do this video showing, she says this, however, in that live stream that her and her husband were in, they donated, I think it equals up to $36, supporting them berating two women. So you knew who Brit was. You have consistently known who Brit was. But why, since July to now, lie about knowing who she is? And then when you're finally going to acknowledge the fact that you know who Brit is, you are trying to lump her in with people who are not within the same class as Brit, in my opinion. And again, I know I'm biased in saying that, but it's true in my opinion. And one pinky. Yeah, there's also some Twitter stuff that was going on that Katie was involved in that I have screenshots of. So I am going to do that video. Initially what I had done was I had reacted to the live stream, and then I had put all of the receipts and stuff at the end, but it was a super long video. It was like an hour and a half, and two, my audio didn't sync. So I've tried to film that twice, a total of like 6 hours I've done on that video, and it just didn't work out. So I'm going to try and do it in a different way. So that will be coming hopefully this week. I also will be filming the video that you guys have all voted on of me reacting to the audios, the enhanced and the unenhanced audio. I'll be doing that this week. So hopefully I can get both of these videos filmed within the next couple of days for you guys. I haven't even looked at her Twitter today, so I'm sure it's been fun. If it's any indicator to what kind of conversation she was having with her on her live stream. Let's see if I can pull it up. I'm glad you found us too, Beauty Addicts. She privated her Twitter. Let me see. I missed it. I know I got on at one point and I had screenshotted something. Which Twitter are you guys talking about? Because her Katie Joy Twitter, her without a crystal ball Twitter is it's locked. But I can still see everything. You can't even, they're doing a press one if you stand with Katie in her chat. Stand with her for what? Well, I can see her Twitter from my personal account because I don't use my personal account. It doesn't mean she didn't delete stuff. She blocked me on my Mandapants one, but on my personal one, I followed her when I got blocked. And I don't ever go to my personal one except for when people are saying she's done stuff and I can't see it. Yeah, maybe she put it back up. Maybe she deleted stuff and put it back up. Well, how did that go, Cat Mom? Is KP a mole? I think I missed something. Are we talking about the person who? Yeah. I mean, was it just mentioned in the comments, Cat Mom, or did it keep going? Because he's throwing some subtle shade at both Brit and I in other videos, which I mean, he has the right to do. I just don't understand why he does. Yeah, the Keeping Up with KP person. I know they've been in Charlotte's stuff. That's funny, Cat Mom. I would like to know how they feel that, or why people feel that Brit is a high school mean girl. Yeah, I asked Charlotte about who that was. I've never seen that individual. She's never come in any of my live streams, or at least she's never come in here and talked before. I understand Charlotte allowing somebody who is a supporter, an open supporter of Katie, to be on her channel because it helps. It really does help level out the argument of trying to say that some creators are silencing people who support Katie. So I don't know if that's why, but if she's going in a chat and she's stirring the pot, which I don't know if she is, then I would probably block her. But if she's not stirring the pot, then I don't really see why it would matter to continue to allow her there. But that's how I would handle it. Brit should make a video telling KJ to stop riding her coattails. I mean, isn't it weird that all of the people, except for Creepshow, I don't know where Emily is sitting currently as far as like her subscribers, but all of the people she has called out have relatively small platforms. And isn't one of her arguments about Tati, like, in her opinion, what she says targeting her, an issue because she has a smaller platform compared to Tati? I mean, again, like, put the mirror in front of yourself. You're doing the same thing. Girl went into Charlotte's stream and confessed that she had been a follower of KJ, as it were, but then saw the light was no longer, and I guess they've played double standard again. I mean, if that's it's really up to the creator how they want to handle stuff like that. what I don't appreciate, and I really haven't had to deal with this very much. What I don't appreciate is is like other creators or subscribers getting on to how a creator wants to block or delete people. Like if you don't want to see something, or if you don't want to deal with a drama, if you want to block them as a creator, then that's within your right. That's why you have the ability to block and delete stuff. Some people will say it's curating. At times, can creators curate stuff to push a narrative? Yeah. But in situations like me, and even in situations like Brit, because I've had these conversations with her, we don't block or delete stuff unless it's super hurtful or super hateful. I have a couple of people blocked on my channel who have done those things because I don't want them coming into my lives or onto my channel consistently leaving very disgusting, hurtful comments. And I have unblocked people who came to me and said, I left a nasty message once. I think I'm blocked. Can you unblock me? And I've unblocked them. And as long as they haven't perpetuated that, I've left them unblocked. I don't mind to unblock people if they've been blocked or deleted previously because of poor behavior, because we're human. We get into our emotions. I don't agree with leaving any hate anywhere, but again, this YouTube field and Twitter is full of a lot of negativity and toxicity, and it's going to happen, especially if you're a creator. You have to be willing to deal with it. And I have decided for myself, if it's something really bad, I'm just going to delete the comment or delete the person. And if they feel that they were done wrong, they can come and DM me about it. She actually gave Charlotte a super chat one day, and then a couple of days later made a video about Katie haters. Today, Emily had 4K live viewers, and on Twitter, Katie was implying that Emily was making money off of Katie's name, even though Katie and Dottie case wasn't being discussed until over an hour into it. I mean, but at the same time, like, Katie is a commentary channel, whether she's a commentary channel on reality TV or YouTube, like, she's a commentator. She gives her opinions and provides situations that happens on TV. So how would she feel if those channels or those networks came to her and said, you've made your whole income and your whole living off of our TV show or our network, even though they're her own opinions? That's discrediting that person's content and that person's opinion, which is rude. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Jersey Jojo. I'm sure if Charlotte feels that she's just stirring the pot, she'll make a decision. Oh, man, I missed a lot of the chat. Sorry, guys. Trying to catch back up. Yeah, Charlotte seems to be pretty sweet to everybody. Hey, Lisa. Yeah, that's what we've been talking about tonight. Katie streamed for 3 hours about other YouTubers. I mean, hopefully, we'll see if this is it, though. Like, we'll see if now that she said her piece and she feels that she has called everybody out that she wanted to call out, that she's moved. We'll see if she moves on. Oh, the content they'll get from a 3-hour rant, right, Carrie? Hey, Melody. Three hours and 8 minutes of nothing but deflection. Well, we'll see. I wonder if it will stay up or not. Can't stand the way Katie asks to have her family left alone. She doesn't follow the same standard. I've talked about it multiple times that like doxing and, you know, bringing people into it who aren't a part of it shouldn't be brought into it. But with Katie, she teeters that line herself with her family. Because if she doesn't want them online, then she shouldn't have them online. Like, for instance, my husband doesn't want to be online. There was recently a time where he exposed himself accidentally, but aside from that, he's never really around. He's in the house, but he knows I'm on live. He doesn't want to be a part of this. I don't want him to be a part of this if he doesn't. So we intentionally make sure he's not a part of it. Katie tries to put forth this stuff that she doesn't want her family to be a part of it and all of this, but she has her husband on her live streams with her. He is a moderator for her. He has said some goodness awful things about people in passing in live streams. She recently, within the past couple of months, has tried to convince her son to be on a live stream. In makeup videos from a year ago, her son is actively in some of her videos, walking in and her not minding that he's there and things like that. So to me, you have to pick one or the other. Like, if she really doesn't want her family to be a part of her channel and she doesn't want them to be scrutinized, she needs to make sure they're not a part of her channel. But she sends out mixed signals by being on a live stream and trying to coax her son into coming on the live, which I've talked about before. She can't say she doesn't want her husband to be a target because she openly has him as a moderator, has him walking in the background of her lives all the time, providing commentary to her videos and to her subscribers and members. Like, you have to pick either they are a part of your content or a part of your channel or they're not. I know he was in a live recently. I haven't seen it. I just have seen little bits and pieces on Twitter. Yeah, a lot of people are upset that she was saying Emily's making money off of her name. Emily is, who cares? To be honest, who cares? Yes, to a degree, has Emily D. Baker made money off of Without a Crystal Ball? Any of us who have made any videos that was where we got either a super chat, a membership, or AdSense money from, we have made money from talking about Katie. But that is because we have provided our commentary, our opinions, our professional knowledge about whatever situation it is. Katie didn't tell us what to say in those videos, so Katie can't own those videos. I mean, shut up with that. Shut up. All of these freaking creators who say, oh, you rode off of my curtails. Seriously, grow a freaking pair of balls. Like, it's so annoying. It's YouTube. There is plenty of space for everybody. We can comment on whatever we want. If we break a rule, then do what you're supposed to through the TOS. Stop getting on your platform, stop getting on Twitter, stop getting on Instagram and bitching about so and so made a video about me and I'm the reason that they have their career. Get the fuck over it, dude. Like, really, get over it. It is what it is. It's a part of the game. If you're a commentary channel, then yes, you are making money off of other people's names. However, it's also the viewers who are willing to watch it and consume it. So are you going to damn all of the viewers for watching what somebody else's opinion was? No, you're not. So stop trying to say the creator is doing something wrong because they're not. They're doing the same. We're doing the same thing Katie does. She just tries to say she doesn't do it on YouTubers, which is a complete bold-faced lie. She does talk about YouTubers, and quite regularly, to be honest. So no, get out of here with that. That absolutely frustrates me. Can we stop growing? Yeah, right. They are weak. You're right, Beauty Demon. We'll have to come up with a different one. Hey, Lori Lynn, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. It's just annoying. I grow ovaries. It's annoying because this isn't the first time that creators try to use, oh, they grew up on my name. Who cares? Like, somebody liked what they were saying, though. People liked what that creator was saying. They agreed with it, or they liked their personality, they liked their delivery, they liked something about that creator and what they're saying. It may not even have anything to do with you. People may have subscribed to my channel because they've seen the dogs in the background of my videos before. People may be subscribed to my channel because they like how I do my makeup. People may be subscribed because I do videos on my nails. People may be subscribed because I talk about serious issues with you guys and try to have an open community. People may subscribe to my channel because I can be mean. Who knows? You all have your own reasons for subscribing to whoever you want to. Whether that's me, whether that's Brit, whether it's Katie herself, whatever reason it is. As creators, we should be appreciating you guys and not trying to say they're trying to take out the competition. I could care less if Katie is on this platform. Do I think her behavior is problematic and should be addressed? Yeah, but I could care less if she stays on this platform. Stop saying stuff that's incorrect. Stop spewing misinformation, and I won't have a problem with you. Hey, Michelle. Exactly, Jersey. She makes her money by talking about other people. You found a ton of new channels thanks to her chaos. A lot of people have made those comments. To paraphrase Brit, it's not what you say, but how you say it. Absolutely. And that seems to be the big issue with Katie, is she doesn't understand. I mean, she has to actually understand why she's being sued. I can't figure out if she's just trying to portray to everybody that she doesn't actually get it. But it's the things that she said. Not that she was talking about Dottie, not that she was talking about even James. Or their company. It's the things that she said and what she alluded is the problem. And the fact that she said these things in a matter-of-fact manner and did not clarify that they could have been her opinions. She insinuated that James Westbrook was a criminal from charges from when he was a teenager. Fucking crazy. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? It's just a mess. I mean, I feel like this. You think maybe Katie has done something good in helping some find their voices and the courage to make a channel, which hopefully they continue. Yeah, I hope anybody who has thought about or wanted to create a channel, whether it's to provide your experience or your opinion on her or on another creator, that you do. I mean, all you can do is try. The worst that's going to happen is nobody's going to watch your content. That is the worst that's going to happen, especially when you're a smaller creator. It is not likely that you're going to get inundated with a lot of negativity. If you happen to get some hit an algorithm and people don't agree with you with what you're saying or what you're doing, then you might. But I don't find that that is the case often. So guys, I have allowed this stream to go long for a number of reasons, and I know people are joining in who weren't here at the beginning and things like that. So I'm going to reiterate it. I am going to close out the live stream for today, and I'm going to close by saying I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you to those of you who joined membership. I will be doing a poll for the members to decide what day of the week works best for everybody to do the live streams. With that being said, for everybody who maybe wasn't here at the beginning and has joined in the meantime, I'm not going to be doing live streams like this anymore. I am going to continue to be doing live streams as far as like my open discussions, but any live stream where I'm just being open and candid with you guys about any drama or any commentary related stuff, those are going to stay for my members only. So if you're interested in these kind of live streams, if you like hearing me talk candidly, if you like the cursing that typically happens, anything like that, I would encourage to maybe join for members. I will be doing weekly members only live streams. Other than that, I will still see you guys. I will still do random streams for everybody, but they're not going to be, they will be more structured. I've not really done structured live streams when talking about commentary previously because I didn't feel the need to, but with all the discontent and really the toxic place that these smaller communities have become, I don't want to perpetuate that. So I only want people who genuinely care and genuinely want to be a part of that conversation to be able to attend to. It sucks that I feel like this is the way I need to go, but it is the way that I feel like is the best way to continue to harbor a healthy community. That's the link. Don't feel like you have to. It's just something that for now I think is best. More content, more things will be available for memberships as we continue. But that is how I'm going to close it out. And I really do appreciate everybody here. I appreciate everybody who has been a part of the conversation tonight. We will continue to discuss Katie. You guys have some content coming up related to her, which I've talked about earlier in the stream. So feel free to always comment on those videos, your opinions. You can, I'm absolutely going to continue to have content for non-members. My content is going to remain the same for now. The only thing that is changing for my memberships, hey Lisa, thank you for joining, is these kind of live streams. So ones where I'm just candidly talking to you guys, providing you my opinion. It's crappy, but because of all of the discontent that kind of is happening around YouTube and the internet in general, I don't want people who have come in to not know my stance on things or me as a person and get offended by some of my content. The last couple of lives I did like this, people were very critical of me and my choice of words, which is okay. I understand that everybody appreciates cursing, and I get that. I do get that not everybody wants that. Not everybody wants to hear my opinions or hear me ramble and provide how I feel about certain topics and situations, even when it comes to Katie. So what I am doing to help reduce people not seeing things they don't want to from me is by doing only live streams for members that are going to be like this. So I'm still going to do live streams about my open discussion stuff. So whenever we do open discussions, which will be returning, you'll get your vote this Friday. We'll have that live stream on Monday. But these kind of like commentary open ones are just going to be for paying members. In time that will change, but that's really the only perk that the memberships have is members only live stream, members only chat, which will be during those live streams, and shout outs when they join membership if I'm live when they join. So that is the business for now. If you guys have any, I guess if you guys have any suggestions, if you want more tiers available to offer to maybe a lower tier, I'm open to suggestions. You guys can feel free to reach out to me, whether that's on Twitter or Instagram, or you can email me. My email's in some of my descriptions recently. I've tried to make sure I'm adding it. So with all of that being said, I know it's a bummer for some people. In time, as things get better, I will probably try to rearrange how memberships are. But for now, this is for the safety of our community, to be honest, to prevent people from who are just here to stir the pot, like Detox, from really, they're not going to pay $5 for everybody to know what everybody is saying, in my opinion. So that's how it is. That's how it's going to be for now. Yeah, I wish people could gift memberships like Twitch does too. I will be willing to work around things and figure stuff out as we continue. This was a very last minute live stream and a very last minute decision, but I think it's what's best for myself and our community as a whole moving forward for right now. So keep an eye out for those videos coming out this week. They will hopefully be done. I should at least have one going up on Thursday that I'm going to film tomorrow night. I don't know which one, so just keep your eye out. And I am going to be also doing a makeup video where I recreate the red eyeshadow look coming up as well within the next few days. So with all of that being said, I really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you everyone who has joined. It means a lot to me. And I understand for those of you who maybe are unable to join due to financial reasons or anything like that right now, feel free to DM me. Maybe we can figure something out. I don't know how it works, but we will figure stuff out. Until then, I hope you all have a good day, evening, or night, wherever you guys are, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.